Hey everybody. Thank you guys for coming to my class today.
Yes.
I'm your teacher today, Mr. Gates.
Hi, Mr. Gates.
Yeah, hey,
Gates what?
Brandon Gates. Brandon Gates. And I know
Brandon Gates who?
the professor, Professor Gates. I'm a professor of social media marketing.
That's right.
And I know everyone's came to me and asked me about different things, different techniques and different things. So I wanted to make sure I had Julius, I could talk to you guys about that. So let's get right into it. The first thing that matter of fact, everybody got a phone, right? Y'all want to pull your phones off for me real quick? And let me ask y'all this: which of the social media apps from TikTok, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram do you find yourself on most of the time? None of them.
Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram, TikTok. What about you, Julie? I know LinkedIn for you.
Yeah, LinkedIn for me, but I use Instagram and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm on all of them.
Oh yeah, Julie.
But
Julie's
I ain't on it, but I'm
right. But you got them
on
all.
TikTok.
What about you, James?
Primarily Facebook, LinkedIn, and some Instagram.
So Instagram. What about you, Chelsea?
Facebook, Instagram, and I think that's it. I think I'm on LinkedIn. It's just not updated.
I got you.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
three.
have over 15,000 followers on LinkedIn.
Oh, there we go. So listen. I'm glad you bring it up because whatever you find yourself on the most, that's the one you want to leverage, right? You find yourself on LinkedIn more than you find yourself on Facebook, or leverage LinkedIn. You find yourself more on Twitter. For me, Instagram has been the greatest tool I use to get leads for me, right? And I found that I leverage that. But once again, if you find yourself on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Clubhouse, Twitter, by all means, right? So the first thing that I will ask you to do is look at your profile versus someone you admire, or not you admire, someone you respect, right?
Right.
You see your profile, you're like, dang, I wish my profile was more like that one. Do it.
Make it like that.
Make it your own, right? You say, why is this person getting all these likes or getting all these retweets or whatever it may be? They must be doing something right. And what's the cliche? Success leaves tools. We'll find out what they're doing. So for me, Instagram, it was the hashtags. And then are you guys familiar with what hashtags are?
Mm-hmm.
So the hashtags was a very
Explain
simple.
them.
Oh no, I got you. So hashtags are a great way that if you have a post and you have a hashtag, people can find your post via that hashtag. So if you had hashtag Cleveland Real Estate, and when someone put up Cleveland Real Estate, they'll find your post. If you have hashtag Black Realtors, once again, when someone put up Black Realtors, they'll find your post. So it's a great way to get you out there to a different audience or a different demographic than you usually would, right? Your demographic might consider people out in Cleveland, but a lot of my leads come outside of Cleveland. They come out of state because of that very reason right there. So back to what I was saying, as far as like finding a page, a LinkedIn profile for you that's of someone who you find to be interested in. If it's from Facebook, Instagram, it works for every social media platform. So that's what I mean when you find someone who you respect and admire and just see what they're doing. Maybe their profile picture might be up to date, or they might be a nice suit or something like that. Or it might not be that. It might be they call it aesthetics, right? If you look at somebody's profile, if you gotta go on Instagram, you'll see typical real estate agents. Their profile is very, very neat.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They got the picture of the nice kitchen, the nice bathrooms, and the dog in the yard, and the great, backyard. And that's typically what you find on most real estate agents' page. You want to be different from everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because as we know, with social media, so for millennials, we'll ask you what your social media is for your website, right? So that's one of the things you want to make sure you take a great time to work with, because I will ask you in Harvey, what's your Instagram profile, or what's your Twitter, right? I will ask for your social. I won't ask for your website first, right? So your social media is becoming more essential nowadays than anything else now. So keep that in mind, guys. I mean, of course, you will have a website for business purposes, but at the same time, your social media is just as important, if not more important.
No, they said that's the new website, your social media page.
Yeah.
They don't even go there first before they even go to a website.
Exactly. Your website, a byproduct of your social media. You want to make sure you have a link to that. Well, I'll get to that later, though. So, what's that, sir? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's part of my six different things.
Do you not manage the stuff on there? Cause that's why I'm fool with all this stuff, cause I'm going crazy. Whatever.
No, and I'll get to that.
All that other stuff.
Cause I got 4 apps that I use. So Stephanie will see. I'm sorry, Julia. See, I post 3 times a day, and that's 3 posts 3 times a day: morning, noon, night.
3 different posts.
Right, 3 different posts every single time. The reason for it's my madness, right? Reason is I post I wrote that down. So every time I post a picture to let everybody know my face that I'm a real person. I'm not a robot, right? I post something inspirational or something that's thought provoking, something like that. Julius is great at that, right? You know, and then I also put something that back to what my actual job is or what I'm trying to promote or whatever it may be. So for me, I would post something about real estate, like either a listing or something real estate related, right? So don't forget why you came to my page in the first place, because it's about real estate, right? So something concerning whatever. But and I do that 3 times a day. I do it for the early risers, for people who's on lunch break and who need something to look at, because that's what they do on lunch break anyway, right on the phones, right? You want to make it so that every time you get on their phone, they find you, right? And every algorithm is different. I know you gotta know every different social media platform has a different algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes the more frequent you post, the more views you get. Some, as soon as you post, it's right there, right? You want to make it so you have the most visibility versus everyone else. Mm-hmm. So that's why I post frequently. And once again, my mindset is the reason I post frequently because I want, when someone thinks about real estate, they think about me. And it's working. It really is. I literally get I get a DM like at least, yes sir.
I want to raise my hand like you.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so your services that you use to post, is it free or that's a charge?
So I'm a very frugal man, guys. I'll let you guys know that. I don't pay for diddly squat. Why? Let me say that. I will pay for it if it's worth it, right? But I prefer to go the free route because there are a lot of apps out there in the world, and I don't like paying for something that's not gonna yield me a return, right? So I wrote these over here. These are the 4 apps I use, right? Because once again, I still have a full-time job, and to post or to find posts gets kind of tedious, right?
Yeah.
So I use Caption Writer, and I don't know if y'all gonna pull your phone out or whatnot, but these are 4 apps I use. I use Caption Writer because I'm able to. They call it call to action, right?
Yes.
But a call to action, in my call to action, I put in every post, and in the call to action, I put in there my phone number. If you're trying to reach me at this number, my email, and if you're looking to buy, sell your home, talk to me. And it's in every post, and it's in there. So they might get redundant, but I try to make it simple as possible for someone to be able to reach me. You don't have to go looking. You don't go searching for it, right? So the Caption Writer helps me put all that stuff in there. So when I go make the post, all the information is already there.
So it's Caption Writer and app.
It's the app. I'm sorry. These are all apps that I use to make my life simpler when I go to post.
Okay, so would you be able to help us implement those?
Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
after the class?
Yes,
or
sir.
whatever?
And I can even show you the hashtags I use also.
Okay.
That's my hashtag. So you get up to 30 hashtags for every post, right? After that, you can't use it anymore. So
Really?
Caption Writer captures all those hashtags in there for me. So I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do anything. I just take them, copy and paste. And I put it for every post once again. So it cuts down on my time of having to post stuff. That's why I'm able to post so frequently, right? So Caption Writer is the first one I use. Repost, that's also one I use. And then once again, and I do this, I do a two-parter because analytics is your best friend when it comes to social media, right? The great thing about all these social media websites, they have analytics you can use to measure your posts, right? Because I got posts that do really well, and I have posts that do very poorly, right? And the ones that do very well, I repost once a month. So yes, sir.
So how you doing with TikTok and Clubhouse?
I don't use TikTok. My kids use TikTok, right? I don't use TikTok. That's not my brand. Instagram has been my thing. But once again, all these things you can apply to all these.
Right.
Right? So it's not just to Instagram, not just to Facebook, not LinkedIn, but you can use it for all, right? Where's that? Repost. If you guys look on your social media, there should be a place where you can see the analytics for each post. You can see which one's got the most views, got the most engagement, and I'll have to teach on engagement in another class too, because engagement is what, when people like, share, view your posts, that's what they call engagement. And the more engagement you get, the more visibility you get, typically with social media, right? So I use repost, so the ones that do really well, I just copy it. I'll copy the whole post, and then come next month, I'll repost it again. So I know it does well, especially the funny stuff, right? The stuff that make people think or that's funny or whatnot. So I'll use repost to copy it, and then a month later I'll repost it again. And once again, I cut that on my time with me having to post every day, right? The next app I use is Spark Post. Now Spark Post is a product of Adobe. You guys are familiar with Adobe, right? They have lots of different apps you can use, but Spark Post allows you to create different posts. Like, so the one I made for today's event for the home buyers, I created off of Spark Post, and they have a lot of different templates you can use. If you want to make a flyer, if you want to make a whatever you want to make, they have a template for it, and all you're doing is just literally just adding in what you want and adjusting as you accordingly. And they have it so you can use for, once again, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Oh, YouTube. How did I forget YouTube?
Ooh, don't forget that.
Yeah, YouTube is the biggest one. But they have different ways you can use for those different outlets, right? So if you want to make a cover for your YouTube, you want and Pinterest is also one. Let me put that on there. Pinterest. Anybody a fan of Pinterest?
Not really.
Me.
I don't understand the benefit of that.
I don't.
Oh,
know
your
about
creative juices ain't flowing if you don't understand Pinterest.
No, listen. If you ever, I will say, if you're trying to look for a wedding or a banquet or something, they need some inspiration, Pinterest works. But I don't think it's more social.
I think it's more ladylike.
Yeah. So let's cross that out.
People use it, but
But you can't really, I don't think use that as a.
Not for what we need.
Right. So never mind, I'll cross it off. But YouTube is definitely it. Yeah, so Spark Post is what I use. And once again, I'm not a creative guy. I don't have artistic bone in my body. I am a known plagiarist. I will plagiarize stuff in a heartbeat. If it's work for somebody, it's gonna work for me. All right, but I put my own flair to it. So if it worked for them, it will definitely work for me. Right, I'll change the color here, I'll change the font here, but once again, it allows you to be able to do that. All right. And the last one I use is InShot. So I would say my claim to fame with Instagram was that me and my friend, we will make stupid videos, right? And we will make these funny videos that pertain to real estate. I have one, it's called Not Your Average Agent, right? And that's another thing, I'll get to that later. But I have a moniker, right? The moniker is thought-provoking because I said to myself, if I became a real estate agent, I don't want to be a typical agent, I want to be different from everyone else, right? So I made a funny video about a typical agent when they're trying to tell you how they're bothering you, talking about, hey, you trying to buy a house? Don't want to know anything about you, but they try to sell you a house or try to buy your house, right? So I made stupid videos about that, right? I would be behind a tree, they'd be at dinner, I would be at dinner asking to try to buy a house, stupid stuff like that. And the frequency I would post them and whatnot, I was able to make them to 30-second videos with InShot, right? And I can add music, I can add filters, I can add pictures, I can do whatever I want with it. But InShot makes it real clear and concise that I'm able to make the videos that I can use on my different social media platforms. So these are the 4 apps that I use on a regular that help me streamline my social media, all right? So, yes, ma'am. Oh, that's your camera. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I got you. So the first thing I wanted to get to is create identity, right? It goes back to what I said initially about find a profile or a person on your social media platform that you admire, right? But at the same time, you want to know your identity. So for me, I had to think about who's my overall audience? Who am I trying to appeal to? For me, it's millennials, right? First-time homeowners, and I know what works for me will probably work for them. I like funny stuff. I like stuff that's gonna make me think, and I like stuff that, is stupid, right? So that's my audience. But I had to create my identity behind that. So, like I told you before, I created the persona of Not Your Average Agent, of not being a typical agent. So that's my identity. I'm not always in a suit. I'll wear a hoodie, but I'm going to educate you on the different things about on real estate and how it can help you create wealth for you and your family. So that's my identity. That's my mission, right? And once you find that, it makes everything else easier, right? Because if you're just doing anything to be doing anything, you waste your time, and you kind of confuse your audience. Because if you doing this, or if you're hopscotching over here, you know what I'm saying, doing twerk videos in here, but then you want to sell me a house, I'm like, what are you doing over here? You gotta be clear and concise about what your overall identity is, right? And then number two, kind of plays as number one, but at the same time, find your niche. And I mean your social media niche. Once again, if it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, play to it. If you have a large following on Facebook, you might have, I think up to Facebook, you have up to 5,000 friends on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think on LinkedIn is whatever,
30,000.
30,000? See,
I'm halfway there.
but see, James, I don't be friends
So
with
where
James.
you at with your Facebook numbers?
Huh?
Where you at with your Facebook?
Oh, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep. Instagram, I think is unlimited. Right? You can have 1 million followers on there. Same thing for Twitter. Clubhouse is kind of weird. I don't know if y'all familiar with Clubhouse.
A little, not really.
Yeah, but like Clubhouse, it's a newer social media outlet. So
It was hot for a second, and then I haven't heard
no, it
anything
fizzled
from
out. Yeah, it fizzled out. It tried though. It's like Snapchat. I ain't put. You see, I ain't put Snapchat up here.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, but back to finding your niche. So once again, leverage that. Like James and Julius, they heavily leverage LinkedIn. Once again, I use Instagram. Just find your lane, because once again, once you do, it makes everything else easier, and everything else be a byproduct of that, right? So I take my Instagram content and take it to Facebook, and that helps out. But I know for me, it will always be Instagram. That's where my overall demographic is going to go to, the Instagram. All right, they're not going to LinkedIn. They might go to Twitter, but once again, Instagram is where they go. And like I use my content from here to feed to Facebook, LinkedIn, and sometimes Twitter. So that's another thing. So yeah, your hand ready? Okay. And then number 3 is find a routine or create a routine. Like I told you guys before, I post 3 times a day. And that's literally 9 posts a day. I think right now I'm up to 7,500 posts. That's a lot of posts.
Mm-hmm.
But just create a routine. Maybe it won't be as frequently as I do. Maybe it might be twice a day. Maybe it might be once a day. Or maybe it might be once a week. But once again, you want to create a routine so that it becomes second nature, because when it comes to marketing, you don't want to just have the postcards. You just want to have the cards, because unfortunately, most of the time I get a card, I might lose it. I might lose a postcard. I might lose the letter that you wrote me. I might lose these actual tangible things, but social media is forever, right? And that hashtag you use, that's in there forever. So whenever someone goes to pull up that post, they'll find you. And then I'll get on SEOs next time. SEO is just when someone searches your name or searches for you on the internet, they can pull up your social media or your posts also. So that's another thing to look into. But I'll get into the heavy stuff next time. And then 4, know your audience. So the one thing I love about Dream Team, we are a group of diverse people. Your demographic not saying my demographic, right? But you have to know what that demographic is, right? James, I know you're good to ladies. You know, your demographic probably be like, you know, a lot.
80% women.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But back to that, you know your audience, right? You know your audience, right? What would you say your audience is, Chelsea?
Probably women. Probably women.
Right, women.
Professional, business professional.
Mm-hmm. See, there we go. All right. Deb. We're gonna find out.
No, it's well, I have an interest in all of them, so I started working. I mean, like you said, find your niche and know your audience, but it's millennials is my audience,
Mm-hmm.
empty nesters are my audience, and particularly people that move from out of town to Cleveland, you know, that transition to,
yeah.
I like working with that group of people. And then people call me for everything. That's why I say something like that.
Yeah.
You know, once I put it out there, it's gonna take off, and then it's managing.
Yeah.
It's managing it once it gets out there, because I'm having a hard time managing,
Yeah.
you know, my emails and text and all of that stuff now.
Yeah,
So-
no.
Yeah, so I that's my whole thing with all of this, is just managing it.
Mm-hmm.
Once it gets out there, how do you manage it and follow up on it, and so that's it.
I got you. We talk about that because you can set your social media up so that someone asks you a certain question, or so let's say for instance, like for my, if someone asks about do I have any idea about rental, right? My Instagram right now says so when they go to ask that, automatic message come up. Well, hey, leave your name and number. I'll get back to you. Blah blah, right? 2 to 3 business days. I said that for everyone, right? So I'm gonna be right. I mean, you're able to do that to social media, right? So that way it streamlines you not having to get back to them right where they know off top. She said 2 to 3 business days. Okay, cool.
So do they have businesses that do that? What you talk? I mean, you do.
Oh yeah. No,
You're
man.
paid to do that.
Only thing about it, and I'm pretty sure Julie can speak to this. Like, yeah, it's expensive, right? And would you say? Would you say it's worth it?
What's that like? What did she say? What was the question?
No, I was saying that is there businesses out there that manages stuff like that's what Brandon is doing, so I would pay him to manage my stuff, and I don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's people that'll
We
do that.
talk this.
And you just pay them to do your post.
Yeah, I pay Brandon. I mean, I need to know how it works, but
All right, we talk about it.
it's I don't know. Okay.
I got you. Yeah, and listen, and hands off. You're like, I don't want to do it. I get it.
But it needs to be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we will get to that.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
All right.
Yeah.
So we see your audience is, Stephanie.
My audience?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with some money?
All right.
For real.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I haven't like narrowed it down to a specific audience as of right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to reach any and everybody so I can get an idea of what kind of people are actually out there
Mm-hmm.
looking to sell or whatever. And also so I can get an idea of what I'm more comfortable or who I'm more comfortable working with.
Yeah.
It might be baby boomers, it might be millennials, it might be women, it might be men, I don't know. But
Yeah.
so right now I'm still kind of trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So right now my answer is just anybody with some money.
Okay, I got you. All right, that's a great group right there. That's
Yeah,
that comes a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Ms. Cartwright,
Most of mine are millennial men, actually.
get out of here.
Yep.
Oh,
For
that's
the
right.
equity movement.
Okay.
So I really don't do any social media for myself, not yet.
Yeah.
Everything I do is just under these companies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got you. Well, like I said, it goes back to knowing your audience because once again, you can tailor your content to appeal to the audience, right? So for me, once again, it's millennials, right? And I know millennials, we're really big on financial literacy now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll post something about financial literacy. I'll post about, why buying a house is important because that's something they want to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are like these are the and what was I gonna say? And like I said, it goes back to creating identity. I will go to pages that are doing better than me and see what posts that they're getting a lot of likes on, and I'll make some according to what's going. Because the crazy part about it, guys, no one's creating new information. It's all the same information being filtered different ways, right? So you just gotta find what works for you, right? Like Chelsea might have a post that talks about home, but she'll cater it to where it might work for professional Black women, right? And put her own spin to it. So once again, keep that in mind. And it goes kind of to my fifth point, which is be creative. So for me, I like to be funny, right? I'll make one of the videos that did very well. I got 25,000 views. Was on Instagram where me and my friend we were dancing and like we were balance dancing and like I was talking about home ownership. He was talking about rent, right? And like, this is just being stupid, but in the video we're dancing, but at the same time we're talking about the benefits of ownership and renting. And in the end we said, which one would you choose, right? And that one did really well. I think got reshared. Like it really helped me create, propel my following, right? But that's what I mean by being creative. Now that might not be the same thing for you. Maybe for you it might be in the life of James Bell. You know what I'm saying? Where he's
James Jerome Bell.
exactly. I'm sorry, James Jerome Bell. You know what I'm saying? He being smooth might be his. You know what I'm saying? Like talking to a client. I'll record it by the way, James. I will record that by the way. We'll knock that out the park. Like a day in the life of James Jerome Bell. Listen, but I mean stuff like that. So maybe for you it might be you talking with a client and showing that you care, that you're there.
But no, you know what, actually, you know, with my deals, it's like following up, and, you know, Joyce told me, like, putting everything as far as paperwork come through me, and, you know, so I'm getting better with that, and, just, you know, just really appreciating, you know, this class, appreciation, dream team, and appreciation where, you know, we all can be, you know, if we, you know, have a commitment to excellence and a foundation for the future where hope can be magnified.
I'll record this. I am recording this. What I'm talking about? I am recording this. But that's what I mean, though. Man, listen, James, don't play with me. We will do it today. And I'm like, listen, the day life of James Jerome Bill. So that's what I mean, but just get creative. Like, maybe you be in your car saying, hey, listen up. Like, for us as people, we like it spicy. You can't tell me we don't. So I'll be in my car like, hey, if you ain't got a house, you slipping. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't buying a house, what are you doing with your life? You know, just like a call to action or something to wake them up, right? Like those things, once again, but you gotta get creative. What's my man, Wallow, he'll run across the street really, really fast, get to the camera and be like, wake up. Like, what are you doing with your life? Type of order thing. And it's just, once again, it's just getting the person attention, right? So what can you do to get your audience attention? What post can you create? What video can you create? Or, I know for us, unfortunately, especially as millennials and our kids, their attention span is very short. That's why videos are getting shorter and shorter. So you gotta think, how can you get something that's gonna grasp my attention in a fraction of a second? I think in 30 seconds, right? You got to get somebody's attention.
Well, you know what? Actually, first impression is made, what, the first 2-3 seconds? That's what they say, first impression is made, like in 2-3 seconds.
No, that's real.
And then that impression, once you open your mouth, is either reinforced or disregarded.
So yeah. So that's what I mean. So when you're making, especially videos, because your content, once again, if you make a post, like let's say if I want to take one of Julius's praise and power posts or whatnot, because Jordan's real good at that. He'll reshare your stuff all the time.
Posting left and right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I would add my little spin to it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, if you ain't praising, you ain't got the power, something stupid like that, you know what I'm saying, in the caption.
Why gotta be stupid?
No, we're not stupid, but you know what I'm saying, like, being funny, like I said,
Why gotta be funny?
To lighten the mood.
To lighten the mood, right, because people like, I couldn't realize people don't like nothing serious, like, they want to be entertained.
In what way?
Everywhere.
Why?
It's people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I have questions about hashtags.
Okay.
So I know, like, Instagram, when you start a hashtag, when you start to type, like just start to fill the letters in, it'll pop up
Yes.
a bunch of different hashtags with numbers. Like this has
It has
this
so
many
many-
posts.
oh,
This
yeah.
has this many posts. Is that a useful?
So, I'm
Do
glad
you
you
want to
bring it
pick
up.
those posts that have so many posts, or do you want to pick?
That's what I'm talking about, Stephanie. That's why I love you. So, when it comes to hashtags, I have a strategy for that also. You get 30 hashtags. You want to, once you know your audience, you want to tailor your hashtag to your audience, right? So for Chelsea, it might be black professionals or black women or
Luxury homes.
luxury home, exactly. You know, something like that. You want to, once again, tailor it to your audience. But, and once again, like Stephanie said, if you type a hashtag, it will tell you how many people are following that specific hashtag too. So once again, you want to kind of, you want to mix it up. You want to have the big hashtag that have a lot of following, but then you also want the small ones, because I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in you know what I mean? Yeah. So once again, the smaller ones, or the ones that don't have too many followers, you'll be top dog in there.
You'll pop right up.
Exactly, you'll be top of the list every single time. So take that into consideration when you're making your hashtags, right? Or make it very own. That's another thing you can do. Like if you type in Untitled Agent, man, you about to get a boatload of me. You know what I'm saying? It's mine. So once again, no one can just be like, so when I created the name Untitled Agent, I'm like, no one. So I had to find out if anyone else had it, right? No one had it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to just do that. And I'll never forget, I found somebody who was trying to use that name and like they would use the hashtag. So I'm like, hey man, you trying to use my hashtag? He stopped it right away. But I said that to say that you create a hashtag you need to use so no one can, be you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind.
And you can be easily found.
Exactly. Because you can say, because a lot of people, they're putting inside their put inside their bio, like hashtag whatever, hashtag this, hashtag that. Once again, it makes it real streamlined for them to find all the stuff concerning you. So keep that in mind. What was I saying before that? But that's a great question, by the way.
Thank you.
Hashtags are very important, though. Like you can use hashtag on every platform. It's not one where hashtags are important. And once again, that key number is 30, even in your YouTube videos, right? They ask you to add tag to every video because when someone goes to search for that certain word or key phrase, your video will pop up or your content will pop up. So keep that in mind.
Now,
Yes, sir.
this has truly been an informative, enlightening, and creatively, dispositionally, grammatically
Yes, sir.
wonderful type of experience that can truly transcend someone and propel them in their real estate journey to success.
Yes.
And I profoundly thank you.
Jay, we're gonna talk afterwards. I'm gonna make you a whole. We'll make you a star. You are. Cause I'm gonna call it James Bill isms. And the very last one, guys, is engage. So this one is very important, right? Because it's one thing to create content, but it's another one to engage. Because if you're not engaged with your audience, then what's the point, right? So for me, if someone follows me, the first thing I do, I see who follows me, and I message them right away and say, hey, listen, hey, thank you for following me. My name is Brandon Gates. I'm a real estate agent. If you look at real estate inside the Cleveland area, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for your time today. Something of that nature, right? It's automatic. As soon as they start following me. And once again, so for me, I have a large following. Well, it works for you guys, a large following or a small following. You just want to let that person know you appreciate them following you and that you thought about them, right? So that's the first thing I do. And then if someone goes to either comment or someone comments on anything I got, I'll comment back. So they say, they get a praying hands, I'll say, amen. Or if they got a laugh, I'll comment back with a laugh back. Just let them know that you appreciate them commenting on your stuff or whatnot. Or if they actually write something like, oh man, that was real funny what you did right there. Oh, thank you. Or, something of that nature. You want to engage your audience. And then like stuff, right? You just want them to like your stuff back. Let them know, hey, I think you're funny too. Oh, you're funny too? Okay, great, right? But you want to engage your audience. And like for me, I can get into this different strategies to grow your following if y'all want to get into that. But one of the things that helped me that helped me improve my following is that in the very beginning, when I very first started, I would go to those hashtags, like I go to Cleveland real estate agents, Cleveland hairstylists, Cleveland whatever, right? I will find the top person, or the person that came up, now I start liking their stuff. And I would like about 3 to 4 pages, comment on a couple, and out of that, they will follow me back because of it, right? And I will be specifically targeting people of certain influence, but people who I think will be great customers. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they will follow me right back, and that increased my following also, right? And then what happens is that this is what you want to make sure. You want to make sure that someone's following. If you're doing that, you want to make sure that when they go to follow you back, you have something worth them following, right? So you want to have in your bio, and let's talk about that now. Let's talk about our bios, right? That's I didn't think about that one, but your bio is very important, right? Mm-hmm. You want to make it sweet, short, and concise. Concise, right? You want to make it so you know how it's done, long and drawn out, but you want to be precise. So my bio right now, I can tell you what my bio says right now. I forgot what it says, but
1/2 of something, CEO or
yeah.
something.
So not your average agent. My name is Brandon Gates, your agent, right? Let you know I'll be your agent, no one else, me, right? Me being possessive, right? And then it says my goal is to create 100 homeowners and investors in Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, so when someone goes see my page, they know I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. They know I'm a real estate agent, right? And then I go to have my other businesses, right? I got I'm CEO of partner with GCS or whatever, or I want half of the pull-up experience. But then in the end, I have create your legacy, and it has a finger pointing down to my website, right? So anything else you want to know, they know to go to that website, right? But it's clear, concise, no confusion about who I am, what I do, you know, and it makes it real, you know. And then of course I got my professional picture up there, right? So I'm wearing a nice suit. I'm well known from Cleveland. They know I'm a real estate agent. And if they have any other inquiries or want to know anything else, they can go to the website.
And so where do you have your bio at?
Right, so typically, so just like in LinkedIn, you have a bio, you have a little line where you explain who you are. Facebook, they had it also. I think pretty much all of them do. The only one you don't have it, they all do. I think about it. TikTok, Clubhouse.
Mine is prolific, but I was just wondering.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it as legendary.
Well, you know, you have to realize I'm just magnanimous.
Man,
you
listen.
laugh, Chelsea. See?
Man, we gonna
I
get
get
over.
Chelsea to laugh.
I'm gonna get James on there.
Hey,
The man of the hour.
Get ready now.
What's going on, Jordan?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Nothing much.
And Jay, I'm sorry, Jordan can help me with this course. He really can. Because,
When I heard social media, I was like, I probably got some input.
oh yeah, you definitely we gonna tag team this bad boy today. I'm talking about bios right now, and Jordan can contest to this. Like, so Jordan, when you see a bio, do you want to read a whole big a long paragraph? Or do you want to read something more sweet, short, and concise?
Definitely concise. Bullet points.
Bullet point, exactly. The shorter the better. But once again, you want to make sure that what you put up there is that easy for someone to understand what it is that you do. You don't want somebody to be confused. I'll never forget, it was a wake-up call for me when someone said, man, your page is great, but what it is that you do? I'm like, oh, damn. Like, that's crazy.
I have an all-star LinkedIn profile.
I believe it. You know, let's go on James' profile, y'all. Y'all got everybody got LinkedIn on here? Let's go to James real quick.
Right.
Yeah, James Jerome
Let's
Bell.
pull up James Jerome Bell. I want to see this page right here. We're going to use that example today.
I don't even have LinkedIn on my phone.
You don't got LinkedIn on your phone? Oh, Lord.
That I don't know.
No? I wish I had one of those things where I could take.
None of the women have LinkedIn on their phone.
Let
No?
me see, let me pull it up. Okay, I got it here. Here we go.
What did you do,
What was
Chelsea?
it
You went
gonna-
to the website?
That's what I'm gonna do.
I had it.
Oh, you
Jerome.
want to do
James
It's
Jerome
me and
Bell.
you.
Okay, I've had it. sir. Oh, you reached out, I never accepted you.
Oh. So,
I
yeah,
don't
so,
accept a lot of people either.
so y'all get, oh, look at James. Look at that. Look at James. He got the clean in the background and everything. Handsome, scarce.
Handsome, sacred, sir plant. Oh my God.
Never mind. James should be up here right now. But listen, he got the fact that, you know, that he sells real estate. He got a great picture. So no.
You see me on the track.
And you got almost 50,000 followers. Look at that.
He got it on.
Alright. So James is winning in LinkedIn game. Okay.
Julie's funny.
Well shoot. Alright.
Oh my
I forgot all to talk about now. We got focus on James. What I'm talking about gay? What I'm talking about? Also on bio, right? So yeah. So it's just like James. He puts some as a supplanter. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have something, right?
Supplanter, that's a big word.
Listen.
What does that mean?
Handsome, sacred supplanter.
Oh, I forgot the second part. I forgot the second part.
Well,
Supplanter.
James means supplanter.
Well, what does that mean? James?
James is the English representative of Jacob. Jacob was the supplanter of Esau. Esau was the firstborn, but
Supplanter says someone or something taking the place of another as through force, scheming, strategy, or the like.
Oh,
That's exactly.
Or
Is it?
in terms of the Bible, it says one who wrongfully or illegally seizes and holds the place of another.
Oh.
That's
I
a
wanna
one-
change that.
I was about to say, was that what you trying to go for?
That's not
That was
good.
your intention.
Uh-huh.
Your intention. That's what you wanted.
Say
You,
What
you was
taking?
really giving the biblical content, but if you don't know the biblical content, you probably need to take that down.
Right.
Whose place are you taking?
That's the truth.
Yeah, so you was doing it more like Jacob to Israel, like the
Right.
name change, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, let's change.
Yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
Jack Jacket. I would have to think about that. That would scare me. Stuff collector, what is he doing?
So once again, I'm glad we brought that up because now Jay got to change his bio, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we got it. But once again, that's everyone's assignment tonight. Look at your bio, you know, look at it and see what you need to change.
See
It.
what my
I got a
bio
pretty
look like.
great one.
What's that?
My bio. Only social media I'm really active on is Instagram for real.
Yeah.
My bio on there.
That was Julia's.
I got the app.
You went through a couple transitions, my friend.
You gotta give me credit, man. I'm only 19.
No, I wasn't. No,
I'm still using social media like a 19-year-old would use it.
No, I got you. No.
I have my
Listen.
professional side. So
Yeah, I listen. You mind if I bring up your profile? We go. I'm just saying because
Oh, you did your homework?
I watched Jordan's profile. It has changed, you know, because he's like I said, he's 19. He's 19, right?
I'm definitely. I had to put a professional picture.
Right. There you go. But that's what I mean. He changed it from, you know, to where it was before to where it is now, or whatnot, more professional, like, because he knows that as a real estate agent, he can appeal to a certain
So
demographic.
do you think it's a good idea to put your picture on everything? I sort of like your mystery. You don't know how I look.
So,
the age I am or anything like that. too.
Well,
saying, I'm not Chelsea's
Well-
a poster child. There's a poster child. I don't consider myself. Everybody's I don't consider myself
Well,
a poster child. So
well,
whatever you
most
say you want.
women, I won't say most women,
okay, that's
but
right.
a lot of women don't put their picture like on certain platforms.
so the reason why I say yes, you want to make sure because as real estate agents, that's the first thing people see. They don't see anything else because you're an agent. They see you as the person that you are. The agent's gonna represent them, right? But if you're selling a product, by all means, all day. I wouldn't have my picture that I have the product in there. About the business, once again, the business, but you are your business, right? So you kind of gotta have your picture there.
You kinda gotta have your picture.
But I think if you like on LinkedIn, that's more, not knocking Instagram, not knocking any social media, but LinkedIn is more business
Yeah, it is.
focused, so
Yeah.
you're gonna reach a different audience. Cause the average person on Instagram is not on LinkedIn at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not on
Yeah.
You see?
I
I
don't
mean, I
like
got a page, but.
I don't like them, you know.
What are you doing there? It's just a network?
Yeah, it's a
Facebook.
mess for
It's business, Facebook.
Yeah, when you're looking for, like, some people looking for
I
jobs
wouldn't
and
laugh,
stuff
but
like that, especially.
That's why I love this group because it's so diverse. Because
They'll
like
look
we
on
got
there.
video, we got
Hi.
Jordan.
Like
Right.
real estate development, it's not, I'm not your average
Well,
agent with the
well,
houses, I'm developing.
I've found that I've had so many different experiences in LinkedIn from people wanting to network, job opportunities,
Yeah.
That's basically what
even romantic propositions. I'm like,
Sarah Planter?
no,
And some other
it is.
things.
Yeah,
All right.
no, you know, I'm like,
I'm gonna need you to change that tonight.
right now.
That's what we're going to change the supplanter. This is there on all.
The sacred one.
The sacred
Oh my gosh.
okay, jealous.
Okay.
Okay.
She knows. Yeah,
Oh man, not funny, man.
yeah, she knows.
So you're saying like when you were talking about your identity,
Yes,
and the guy said, I don't really know what you do.
right.
So you changed it. So what do you say to, I mean, how do you create just specific, should you have different pages or one page? If you
That's a great question.
I think it depends on what you're going for.
So once again, because we're all real estate, I don't keep it specific to real estate agents, right?
Right.
I think that you should have one page because as an agent, people buy into who you are as a person before they know about you as an actual agent of real estate. Because everyone, I can flip a quarter right now. I'm pretty sure we can find another real estate agent, you know. But what makes you different from every other agent that they come across, right? So for you, once again, you're a professional black woman, right? You have a family, you're a wife, you have
Right.
kids
Okay.
or whatnot. Let people know that because
Okay.
that's going to make the difference between them going to someone like Howard Hanna, you know, Betty at
So
Howard.
do you create that same, so my thing is, because I'm a preacher, so I try to use I am preacher girl and I own and sell real estate. So that's one of my hashtags. But I don't necessarily know because I'm just embracing social media.
Yeah.
I do the Facebook, but I was told I should open my Facebook up, but I was getting random crazy people.
So that,
They said to, you know, you need to open it up. If not, you're just gonna stay with
Right.
that group and you'll never reach outside. So I gotta get there.
yeah,
And then with the Instagram, I just started kind of
yeah,
being intentional, but I don't know because I do post a scripture or encouragement, but I realize I'm like, well, dang, you don't have nothing about real estate. Then I'll do something, but it's just random.
yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
You know what? Can I say something in regards to it also? So you do have to be careful with like social media, with like Craigslist and things like that, because you do have like a lot of nuts out here. You know, I mean, because you.
No, it's one, two,
You
three.
Yeah.
You may be perfectly innocent.
I'm a gay too, man. My handwriting is not
It's
atrocious.
like, it's like, you know, just crazy.
Okay. But yeah, I just don't know how to
Balance
leverage
it.
because more people, it benefits me when I'm selling because
Yeah.
then when I'm in a church setting or somebody will say, hey, she a preacher but she sell real estate. So a lot of my clients have been out of that circle
Yeah.
and it benefits me with real estate. But how do I reach
So
to
one,
let people know that's what I do both.
you do both. No, listen, and like I said, so I believe what the great thing about social media, you create narrative, right? You create narrative. No one else does. If you want people to know you as, like in Chelsea's case, that you are a preacher and you do real estate, create the narrative. And that goes back to what I was talking about, my little formula. I post 3 times every day, and every time I post is back to a picture of who I am, so you know I'm real. I might pick, or I have a picture of my kids, or I have a picture of me playing basketball, something like that, right? Something to let everyone know I'm human, that I'm approachable, I'm humble, I'm a human just like you are, right? And then something inspirational. It might be a scripture, it might just be, you know, something thought provoking, something that's gonna catch someone's attention, right? And that's for the intellectual people. You want to make sure that you're trying to capture everyone, you're trying to capture the audience, right? And then back to real estate things, so you don't forget the very reason why, what it is that I do, and why is you're on my page, right? And if you keep that going, they can never miss. You're always going to captivate the audience, right?
So that sounds like a good formula for you, Miss Chelsea, because that can incorporate the church stuff with Inspire, and then pull back that real estate with just a real estate post, one of the luxury homes that you maybe even just shown, you know? And then, of course, a picture of you and the fam. So you wouldn't have to create an additional page if you didn't want to. You
Right.
could create your own narrative that way. That's a good formula.
Exactly.
Okay.
And back to what Chelsea was saying, like, so if your page is private, please make it public. Because I know some agents that have a private page. I'm like, what the hell? Why you have a private page if you're a public? You know, you work for public.
Okay.
No business.
Right. Exactly. Limit yourself.
So just you recommend it just for me to open it?
Open it. Now, the only thing I would say, please don't open it. So the great thing about Instagram is that someone message that's not a follower, it'll go to a separate inbox.
Yeah, I got all kinds of dudes. I got weird. They just
Yeah. I wouldn't open those, and then especially with right now, it's a link that if you open a thing by somebody you don't know and you hit it, they'll have your page. Like I know if you guys go on Instagram right now, the biggest thing is like people getting their page hacked, and then next thing you know, someone's asked you for some money or telling you, I can turn $10 into $10,000, send me this money, right? That's because they opened up a link that they weren't familiar with by someone who they knew, or someone they might have known, and so their page got hacked. So keep that in mind.
So we shouldn't open those up if you don't know them.
If you don't know them, and if it looks something fishy, don't never click the link. That's what I'm saying.
Intuition.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So since the young whippersnapper Jordan brought this up, I Googled the top 10 social media outlets. Facebook is number 1 with 2.7.
Facebook is?
Yep, I don't know when this year, but it says 2 point, I went to the ground.
Instagram, sir.
Right.
Are y'all done with that so I can go through this? I wait till y'all finish. I can make sure.
Facebook though?
Let me look and see when this is old.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, this is for 2021.
Excuse me.
Wow.
But I mean, what's the age?
Excuse me. Like,
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna start from the top. These are the top 10 social media sites and platforms for 2021, okay? Number 1 is Facebook with 2.7 billion users.
Billion.
Yeah, billion with a B.
So you said,
YouTube is 2 billion. WhatsApp is 2 billion.
What?
Instagram is 1.16 billion. TikTok is 689 million. Snapchat is 433 million. Reddit is 430. Pinterest is 416. Twitter is 353, and LinkedIn is 310.
Wow.
Can you repeat that?
But LinkedIn is doing in revenue. It exceeds quite a few of these. So I'll send this to Stephanie so she can print it out.
Oh, okay, you
I think
did it for
it's
us.
a
Okay, thank
page group. It's like you said, LinkedIn is more professional, but
Yeah.
that group and Facebook, like my mom is 87, and that's how I call her, know she's all right, cause she be on the computer 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised about WhatsApp though, because that's affiliated with Facebook,
Yeah,
and
so
you can
Instagram.
do international calling on it.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
A lot
social
of people
though.
do that without talking.
Didn't know that. And then Jordan, he said Reddit. I didn't think Reddit was even a social
I
media.
don't really be on there, but I know it's a lot of
I
people
look
that be
on
on
there
there. Just like
sometimes,
you could get on there and do a lot of stuff. Like during the whole COVID stuff, I know a lot of people's on Reddit, like doing the Wall Street bet stuff for the stocks.
Oh yeah.
Making money.
That's how GameStop thing went so viral. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jess, you had a question?
yeah, so I was saying that, so even with on Instagram, when you have followers that, you were saying, I like that you said to respond back to them when they
When you start
follow
following,
you
yeah.
or do a comment. So do you recommend following people who are doing what you're doing or doing what you want to do?
So I recommend when you try to find identity, do just that. And that way, because when you go on your timeline, so for me, so I have a separate business page, but that timeline really dedicated to real estate agents and influencers. So I see what they're doing, right?
Okay.
And then once again, as the cliche is, success leaves clues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they got a popular post, this is where this come in handy. I will
Repost.
use repost and grab that bad boy, and I'll put them inside the comment. I'll say, hey, thank you at Wall Street Trapper for that great post and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Or earn your
Give them
leisure.
credit, yeah.
Right, credit them for it or whatnot. But once again, and it's great because what's gonna happen is they get to see you, right? And then secondly, it makes it so that if it was hot on their page, it's gonna be hot on yours. And then you bring it into a whole other audience. They're like, and you can become the authority in your circle, right? Because if your audience if they know, oh man, Brandon gonna have that hot stuff, the real estate stuff, where you gonna have the great information, right? Be that person, right? Jan got that great stuff about supplanting it, you know what I'm saying?
Sacred.
Sacred supplanting, you know?
Sacred supplementation.
I've never heard that in my life.
You ain't either.
No,
until
I've
today.
been around a while too. I know
Chelsea. You know what a supplanter is, don't you? You know what
Yeah, I
I
know
mean?
the name in the background. That's why I said I think you still need to change it.
Yeah.
You really?
Please.
Yeah,
Well,
but everybody else know.
Because everybody else don't know that. They might think you're a slick Rick.
Oh, when they look it up,
But
when
no,
like he did, when
but
they
no,
looked it up, it
that's my
wasn't
name.
good.
Bell is handsome.
But you need to
face.
be named. You need to put that in maybe because they don't know that.
Well, James Jerome Bell means handsome. Jerome means sacred. And James means supplanter.
So you are handsome.
I told you we're gonna make a whole
Sacred
series of
supplanting.
James. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make him an Instagram star. You know what I'm saying?
We all were
the
born in this
Jamesisms.
world for something. Ephesians in the first chapter
Yes,
says
ma'am.
that we were foreordained
Okay, so my next question
for the beginning
is,
of time. So he knew that we would be here at this moment in time.
That's
So
why you
I
want
saw a
to tell me to
hack.
take that down.
Bell afterwards. This is supplanted. Don't supplant. Good grief.
so Instagram, they now have a feature, a scan text feature,
Yeah.
where you can, say you
Text
see
text.
something in the magazine, and you could just put your phone over it, and it'll put the text into your post for you. How valuable do you think that is?
So very valuable because me, I'm a terrible speller. I'll let y'all know that right now. Spelling is not my strong point, you know. And once again, someone might have some fire content or have a great caption that you might want to use, right? Like I said, I'm a known plagiarist. I'll admit that right now. I'm on camera saying that. I will plagiarize the crap out of some stuff because once again, why stress your brain out, right? It worked for them, it worked for you. Right?
The mind once expanded never conforms to its original state.
I'm gonna
Say that again.
The mind once expanded never conforms to its original state.
Well, there we go. There we go. But I want you guys to think about like this. So your social media marketing is kind of like your brand. You are your brand, right? We as agents, we are our brand, right? You are solely your business, right? Well, not solely your business, but once again, you make it your business, right? And your social media marketing or social media profile is an extension of you, right? And you want your profile to show that, right? Once again, like in Chelsea's case, you know what I'm saying? She is a preacher, but she also does real estate. James is a planter, we also do real estate. Deb, she wants to run for office, you a politician, you know, she's a real estate.
Oh, Laura, so planner, a politician.
But once
I'm
again,
not a politician.
you should
No,
be.
not you. I'm talking about Mr. James, the Sir Planner, the politician.
If I do your social media, Deb, I'm gonna blame Deb for councilman in 2022 or whatnot. If you buy a house with
You
me,
know what?
I'll be a councilman for your ward.
Deborah has a unique opportunity to be such a translucent, wonderful woman with a charismatic understanding.
We're gonna get into a start.
Hey, Mr. Bill, we're gonna have your session in a week.
Right. We're
How to swoop women.
right. How one of your clients or
Right.
whatnot.
Yeah.
No. But once again, hey Jane, I promise you, buy a ring light tonight, or something that's gonna make your camera stationary and just record yourself doing that. I promise you, put it on Instagram, you will be a star, James. Quick. Just I promise you, just put it. I promise you. Listen, you get that for free. I'm not even charging for that one. You put it up there. I promise you, man.
Seriously.
You'll go viral, man.
For real. Seriously.
But
Everybody be calling your phone.
right. They're like, I want some of them Jamesisms. You know what I'm saying? Hit me with some of those.
Amen.
But once again, that's what I mean. So go back to being creative, right? James likes to say big words. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. So do what you already do. Just make sure everybody knows it, right?
So Brandon,
Yes, ma'am.
I just got something from somebody talking about Alignable. It's some new app or something, Alignable, where they want you to.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
But this came from McKeel.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I get those
It's
too.
like
What is
LinkedIn.
it? It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like LinkedIn.
Oh,
Yeah. I get it too. I just haven't like
I
went on
haven't
there
done
and set up an account, but it's
Class.
I get a lot of requests from other agents and you know
Okay.
just people in the business. So
Okay.
it's kind of like LinkedIn, so it's legit. It is
Okay.
legit. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, is anybody any questions or any comments? You know, this.
I was born on a computer.
Yeah, I'm about to say you don't count, dude. Like
What?
social media is like it's second nature to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like social media. Like
So,
you probably don't call social media. What do you all call it?
so,
Every day.
Every day, right?
so, so when you gonna be getting us together, man, so we can truly, you know,
I mean,
confound people with our expertise.
listen.
You know, PDs.
I'm his secretary. Reach out for me for bookings and
First.
schedule your one-on-one consultation, okay?
Okay.
Listen. I mean, because we go a little bit deeper, right? Because we go into analytics, right? You go into analytics. I use my analytics to literally tailor my content also, because if you go on Instagram right now and you go to insights, it will tell you your age group. If you more men or women follow you, the actual cities that people follow you from.
Yeah, you know what? Facebook they said 80% of my followers are women.
I believe that.
And from like the greater Cleveland, Akron,
Exactly.
some in New York, some in Atlanta, and then it said the age group. Most of the age group was a little bit younger than me, up to my age, a little bit older, and then that was pretty much it.
No, right. But once again, you want to use those analytics to to start. You want to start creating content around those numbers, right? Because just like Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing when they create a commercial. They find out what it is that's gonna make everyone, laugh or be thought provoking and whatnot. Use the numbers from last year or the last time they were at Super Bowl, and then know what to do for next year. So same thing works for social media content, right? So I was want to make sure we review what I said this far because we coming to an end. The 4 apps I use. Caption Writer. The reason why I use Caption Writer because and make it so I don't have to rethink the wheel. I have my call to action. Does everyone know what call to action is, by the way?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the call to action?
Well, you want to?
Mm-hmm. Call to action is when you prompt.
Can you stand up, please?
You just wanna look at her.
Hey everybody. So, call to action is when you prompt your audience to actually take action. So, go to this website, watch this video, come back and comment and let me know what you thought about it, something like that. When you get them or you prompt them to actually leave a comment or actually repost your post or actually DM you, that's a call to action. Get somebody to get up and do something.
Now you know what? I've heard of DM. What is DM?
Direct messages
Okay.
that come directly to you.
Okay.
Privately.
I was like, well, what is a DM?
Thank you very much for your time.
So we don't need to tell James about DM and sliding them because he'll be doing that all day, man.
Don't be sliding DMs.
But
supplanting in
But so your call to action, so you want to give instructions because it's nothing like having a fire post, right? Or having this big post that goes viral and no one knows what to do afterwards, right? So for mine, I can write it. Mine literally says, if you want to, I can tell you what my call to action is right now.
Now you know what I will do?
What's that?
If I have like a really, really good post, I'll share it like 100 times.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, 100 times in a week or 100 times all together?
At that moment.
Or so mean like send it to 100 people, or just post it 100. Well, what platform are you talking about first?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
So what my call action says, ready to rent, purchase, sell, or invest in real estate. Follow me at Notyouravgagent on Instagram. And that's another thing, guys. All my platforms, same name across all the platforms, right? If you type Notyouravgagent, you'll find it on LinkedIn, you'll find it on Facebook, you'll find it on Twitter, you'll find it on Clubhouse, TikTok, right? You don't have 8 different names, right? So,
It'd be hard for people to find.
right, exactly.
What do you do in Clubhouse exactly? Because I haven't been on there. I mean, I heard about it, but how do you use it for real estate?
So they call it Clubhouse Cap House because you get in there and you'll talk, right? And you'll go in there. So it's like, how can I say this? It's like being in a room with a lot of people talking.
Like a chat room.
It's like chat, exactly. It's like a chat room, and you're basically like starting off your bio and what you know, stuff like that. So if I think I know something, I'm telling everybody I know this, I know that, right?
Okay.
So basically, it's like a big way to show off.
Okay.
All right. And sometimes but the great thing about it, you can use a network because you can network somebody in Texas who's a real estate agent, or someone in California who's a mortgage officer. Once again, if they find what you're saying important, you can network with them that way.
So
right?
do you like create? Don't they call them rooms?
You can.
So you create a room for a topic, or how do you?
So you can do what you do for a topic. You can do it to just, let's say you want to get a room with just real estate agents and just talk freely about the obstacles you face as a real estate agent. You can do that too.
Okay.
And once again find an audience for it, right? And like I said, all these platforms you can use it because with Facebook you can create a group, right? Instagram, same thing. Like I can teach another class on engagement groups. So what I do, another strategy to help increase my, and I do a class on just how to increase your following, right? But I have these things that are called engagement groups, right? I will find 6 other people in Cleveland who are in different industries, right? So let's say for me, I'm a real estate agent. I might find a hairstylist. I might find a DJ. I'll find an actress. I'll find a model, right? We're all in different industries, and we'll all pick one day of the week. Let's say I tell everybody Sunday for me because that's when people looking for houses, right? So I'll say on Sunday, I need y'all to take this post, and we all, and I do it with people who have a large following too. So my following is pretty large, and I'll say to them, hey, listen, you have a large following, we have a following of maybe 100,000 people, and what happens is take my post, you put in your story, and because what happens is a typical person, let's go through all the stories, right? They'll see your story and 6 different people profile. They're like, who the hell is this guy? Let me check him out, right? If 6 different people in 6 different industries is talking about him, let me find out who he is. That also helps increase my following also. So same thing for Twitter, you use the same strategy for Twitter. I don't know if it works for Facebook per se, but I know you can do it for LinkedIn. So it's a good strategy because once again, you're presenting yourself to a different demographic than you typically would in real estate, right? Outside of your demographic. And once again, you can use it for, I use it for large following, but you use it for people with a smaller following. Once again, a follow is a follow, right? When you got that person, and until they stop unfollowing you, you got that person for a long day on social media, right? And that person, you want to make it so that when they think about real estate, they think about you. That's the goal. Think of the game, right? The goal.
Oh, somebody on my page.
Exactly.
Fill houses.
That's what you want. You want is like, damn, who's that girl? Damn, Stephanie Gates. Oh yeah, let me go hit her up one night. Right? That's the goal, right? We'll talk about before that. Anybody questions so far?
I think we were talking about
Go
call to
on.
actions. You were talking about call to
Oh, I'm
actions.
talking about call to action, yeah. So, call to action, right? I was talking about how if you got a viral post, you want to make it so that people know what to do. So, so my call to action is ready to rent, purchase, or sell real estate. Follow me on all my platforms: Clubhouse, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. It's all the same thing. Notyouravgagent, right? But then I got double tap. That means like it, comment on the post, share this post, save this post, tag someone who needs this, turn on your notifications. And the reason why it's important because whenever I post, that person will know when I'm posting, right? And then schedule a free consultation or call or text me at 216 yada yada yada, right? I have it all on every single post, every single time. Because once again, if you're using your hashtags, right? You're being exposed to different audience. So once again, you want to make so that they can find you one or another, they can reach you one or another, right? Because if they're not, people are lazy. Let's just say that we all know that, right? You want to make so that you can't unlazy look at our posts, right? So you make it as easy as possible for them to be able to reach you. So that's why call to action are so important. That's why caption writer is so important. So I have all my call to action in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But all my call to actions are inside here. All my hashtags are in here. And let me show you guys. So I have.
What app is that?
Huh?
What app is that you're in now?
Caption writer.
Okay.
But if you cheat,
Oh,
I'm not saying you
save
cheat.
it. Okay.
And you can also use your notes. Also, if you got like a note app, just copy and paste, put in your note app. If you don't want to do that, just take the hashtags and just put them in notes, and then when you go to make the post, copy that and paste it to your actual post or whatnot. So this is my. So I call this my top one because this is the most. When I use these hashtags, I get my most engagement. I get the most the most shares using these hashtags right here. And just to give you an example, what it is, I got Black investors, Black culture, unlearn and learn, Black money matters, we buy Black. I can see where I'm going with this. I specifically reach out to Black people.
So so you think that's a good thing?
So for me, my audience is young millennials, young Black millennials, because one of my bios I say I'm trying to close the wealth gap. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And I'm trying to do it through real estate, right? So that's my audience.
You will do it through real estate, and you will do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's that. And so
That's good.
that's
All right,
Sorry.
Usher.
but
I'm in the manifestation, man.
that's right.
I speak on my dreams. I ain't gonna speak down me.
Hey, my boo, my boo.
But that's why my hashtags are tailored to those things, right? But once again, and once again, just play around with it. You'll find your niche, or the hashtag that works best for you in your content, right?
Or you have to also see the ones who haven't been taken.
I mean that too.
Yeah.
And like I said, I found this when I go to see my posts. These are the hashtags that give me the most engagement, right? That's why I say play around. And then they got apps for this too. They got apps that literally will generate hashtags for you if you didn't want to go to the searching, just they have actual apps that will actually find hashtags for you.
So is that like when you're doing your website and you're looking to see if somebody else has is it the same type of thing? When you talk about that, you know how you do it and you put it in, it's like that website is already taken.
Oh, like a domain search?
Yeah,
Yeah.
domain search.
So kind of like that. No, that makes sense. It is kind of like that. So yeah, I mean, but they have apps for everything.
We
And
have a seminar tonight. We have a seminar tonight.
Yeah.
What you say?
The seminar, the class.
Oh yeah, it's tonight. Yep, it's
When
tonight.
do you guys send that out? let people know that it's happening.
I didn't even send it out, so my bad.
Oh, y'all slipping.
I
Well,
didn't send it out.
thank God I go back to my 3 posts a day, you know what I'm saying? Cause, I be putting it out there. 6.
6, there you go.
Dang, y'all just sending that out there.
I'm sorry.
That's cool.
I've been gone.
We do a first time home owner seminar where I teach on credit and then Stephanie teach on the pre-approval process.
Oh, okay, y'all done tell the team.
There's a car right.
That's how we get
It's my fault, y'all. It's my fault. I've been gone. My brain wasn't here, you know.
No, I guess I just did the same thing.
Oh.
I guess I did the same thing you did with LaRick. I guess I just, I didn't know about it until I saw it on Facebook, you know, on Instagram. So. No, but this is their thing, so I'm just here to support. I don't, you know.
Yeah, hey, listen. And like, we got a lot of repeat people.
Shameless plug, but he does have a book on credit.
Yeah, credit's my thing. And that's another thing. So when I first started on social media, I already know I want to be a real estate agent. So I would appeal to people who needed a credit help or whatnot. So I learned everything I could about credit, and I put little tidbits about credit up there. And that also increased my following also. So I still to this day will get someone, hey, I need help with this on my credit, I need that on my credit, right? So once again, I made it so I'm an authority in that industry now. You know what I'm saying? Or to everyone I am, right? But once again, that's what helped me. That's what helped me. It might be there for you.
So you must play up on. So I guess are you saying to play up on the influence that you have in whatever area of expertise?
Absolutely.
Call them the Cleveland Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, I'm all about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause now I'll kind of, not saying I kind of transition, but I make it so that, you know, it's not all real estate. It's like, it's about wealth, how to increase your wealth, right? And I bring it back to real estate every single time. But if it's about business, I'll put something about business, or I'll put something about, you know, stocks or whatever. But I always bring it back, because I never want someone. When that dude said my praise is life, but what is that you do? I knew I was doing something wrong, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want nobody guessing who you are or what it is that you do. You want to be pretty concise. Oh, I do real estate. But you also told me a great tip on this stock, or you told me a great tip about credit or whatnot. You know, you want to make it so that people think about you. Whatever way it is, make sure it's back to what it is that you do.
So we don't have to be one dimensional.
Oh no, I would encourage you to be yourself. If you're a parent, not saying you show every other post you got as your kids or your dog or something like that. But let people know that you're human, right? You want people to be like,
Make that connection.
Exactly, right? Because that's what separates you from the next agent, right? Because if I'm a dog lover, right? I love my dog. I kiss my dog in the mouth, all that craziness, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? Well, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's got people who do that, right?
Yeah.
And I see 2 agents in front of me, and I see one agent who really likes their dog, and I see an agent who just don't have no dog at all. Who I'm go with?
The one with the dog.
Exactly.
You'll have a connection and start a conversation.
Exactly.
And meet the need. I got
Mm-hmm.
you.
And it's gonna go way beyond real estate, because at the end of the day, it's still a transaction. You want that person to think that after the transaction is still done, we can be great friends. We can go
We walk our dogs together.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the thing you want to do, right? For me, I want some people. That's why I rarely put on fancy clothes, but my profile picture is in a suit. But I'm always in a hoodie, tennis shoes, something like this, right? I want people to look at me and relate
Touch the people.
Exactly, and I love Muhammad Ali, right? Muhammad Ali is my model, right? Because he was for the people. He was a boxer, but at the end of the day, people knew him to be a man of the people, right? And I want to be the same thing. You won't get this real estate, but no, when you're in the crowd, I'm walking with you, right? I'm gonna be with you from the beginning of your transaction to when you want to sell your house at the end of the day and beyond. You know, that's what I want. That's the identity I wanted to create. So.
I'm a Grace.
Yeah.
Pretty. I'm a bad man.
Listen. Don't get me started, because Muhammad Ali. Every report I did in school, they asked you, you know, who's your favorite figure? Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? And he was so prolific in what he stood for.
You know, my grandfather was a Golden Gloves champion.
You fought against Muhammad Ali?
No. And we used to, over his house, look at Muhammad Ali fights.
Yeah.
And man, those are some of the most beautiful memories I have with my grandfather.
That's good.
Besides going over there on Christmas, spending Christmas with him. And he was a great man. And you tell you, boxers just have the certain mystique about them, especially if they were good boxers.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions?
I do. How did you get this?
What's that?
How did you get this?
Oh,
It's called
so yeah, it's an app for that. Now, anyone who knows me, I'm the king of apps.
Is that a free app?
It's also a free app. I don't pay for nothing, y'all.
What is that
What's the name of it?
Gridley. So this is a pro tip, y'all. So back to Spark Post. I created my logo on Spark Post, right? Once again, I use a highlighter because most of the time when you find something good, you highlight it, right? So I'm like, oh, highlight my name. So I'm gonna highlight that, right? So my logo is my name highlighted, right? I created off a Spark Post. And I took Gridley, and once again, so aesthetics on Instagram is important. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, right? But I do, once again, when someone looks at my overall page, and this, I'll show you what Steph is talking about.
Yeah, because you said copy the people that you like and inspire you, so I'm all on that page.
And I seen that, and I got it to somebody else. So listen, I'm like I said, I'm a known plagiarist. That ain't nothing new. So on my page, as you can see, I got lazy.
Close and let them see it.
Yeah, lazy starts with you, right?
Here, I'll show you.
And I like that, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I want to know that if you're a first time homeowner, or you're a first generation of homeowner, your legacy pretty much start with you, right? You about to buy this home, give it to your kids are gonna have this, and so on and so forth, right? Because we all know home ownership is a key point to wealth, right? So, and once again, I got my phone number instead of calling and texting me, and it's inspirational, right?
Yeah.
But what do I say? The aesthetics on here. So someone just do this. It's not clean, but at the same time, it still makes sense. Because let me see if I can find a real estate agent. Because if you let me see if I can find something. I want to type in.
So let me give you this lady if you can. Hold on.
Look up Ben Wayman.
All y'all just got all these expensive phones.
That's what I was gonna say with all
They're
these
gonna
apps.
have to do me because I have.
all these apps.
Hey, listen,
Chelsea, that thing on Adam Kaufman we was looking at last week.
I would say if you're gonna get a phone, get an iPhone. It makes
But that's
everything.
what I'm saying, if you're gonna do all these apps.
Look at this lady right here. She's a real
So most of these apps are
I haven't started
both
following, but I
iOS
went
and
on her.
Android systems.
Oh yeah, look at
It's
that.
not
Don't you
live,
have to
but
have
I just screenshot it. Somebody
Oh,
told me
yeah.
to follow her.
Can I see that?
But look at her page.
Yeah.
And as you can see on her page, I gotta scroll. I gotta look at the whole thing, but hers is more personable, right?
Yeah, but if you just check her out, she does a lot of TikToks and she does a lot of
Right.
sales.
And it goes back to being creative because once again, you create a call to action. If you structure it right, you can have it so that when every video, someone goes to look at the video, they can set up a connotation with you.
Florida.
Don't know where, somebody sent me this and said, I think you should follow her.
Don't listen to them people either. I mean, unless it's somebody
Oh,
you
she's a
actually
trustworthy,
know.
right,
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah.
No, when someone let me give me $10, I can make $10,000 type of word deal.
But no, but I did go to her page and she had a lot of, it's all really, but she has some family pictures, TikToks, she goes and does things with
Yeah.
It was
So with her, I would say like you said she got a lot of TikTok videos, so I'm guessing her TikTok videos about real estate, right? Where she's-
or she's like, whoever got a terrible buyer and you just, she's, this is what you, she's very interactive.
Right, and like so I follow one guy where I forgot what it's called Broke Agent, right? And he talks about the misconception of being an agent, like everyone thinks we're real estate agents, we make a lot of money, and he's talking about most of the time he's broke, right? And it's funny because once again his audience is other real estate agents. I think he has like 130,000 followers, right? But he speaks to the fact of as agents, everyone doesn't know the transparency of it all. Like our job is hard, right? And he speaks to other agents, so he has a large following because of that. But it's funny videos. Like he'll take a video. You guys ever see Anchorman?
Yeah.
And he takes little snippets of that. And I've done that too, by the way. I've taken snippets of certain things I found funny and repurposed them for my brand or like social media, right? And that's also strategy. And that goes back, I use InShot to do that. I will take the clip, and I can actually show you guys how to do it one day, but it's nothing to it. You take, let's say you type in YouTube on your chest. Let's say you put in YouTube TDJ sermon, right? And a snippet that you really like, TDJ saying something. I will take that snippet, and sorry Android users, but on iPhone you can just you can do it.
And I think I saw that on your page. You had something, I think, from Steve Harvey or something.
Yep. And
let me ask you this.
yes, sir.
When you use, people's material, isn't that like copyright infringement? Or
Great
Great
question. So everything's fair game except music.
Right.
When it comes to music, you cannot use anyone's music.
Unless you say.
No, even that doesn't work. So I don't know. I don't know if you got.
Like you give them credit, like you acknowledge
Like
that.
I do not own the rights to this music.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. So I found out. I'm sorry.
Okay, now I know because I don't know.
Yeah, if you police officers. I was watching a report where the police officers are now. If someone, let's say for instance, if you're at a rally, if you're at a Black Lives Matter rally, and you're saying something, or a police harass you, police will start playing Britney Spears or Taylor Swift, right? And the reason why I do it because they know if I go live. And I'm like, this police officer harassing me, right? The police officer will start playing music because they know if you're going live,
It'll flag you.
exactly. And that's how deep it is.
Yeah, but I've done shows with entertainers and stuff like that, and it's like you have to be in a union and the musicians union in order to use somebody else's song.
So that's how deep it
And
is.
so then like one guy, Jimi Hendrix, you knew as soon as he started playing, it's like 2 notes, it's like stop, and we're in public, it's like, you can't play that.
Yeah.
You have to play your own music.
You got my own music, right?
Somebody else.
Or and once again, Facebook, Instagram, they all got it. They have a way you can go about adding music to your content, but it's got to be regulated through them. You can't make a video with you in the car and you playing Jodeci or whatnot. They gonna flag you, right? But other than that, like if it's Steve Harvey or TD Jakes or somebody else saying something, you have the right to use it, right? It's only for music. I don't know why that is. I think they're working on it right now, to where it's not as strenuous as it has been before.
It should be though.
No, you're right about that.
I write a song, I want nobody else.
You see anybody else using it?
No, that's how you make money.
But you make money off the concerts, off the sales and everything else. I mean, if you want people to know what you're doing, I don't see why you would not want people. I mean,
That's why you make music. So
exactly.
people can enjoy it.
You gotta pay me.
You gotta pay me.
but just to recap, guys.
Okay.
So I don't hold everyone up.
No, you fine.
What else saying? Okay, so back to my strategy. Once again, I post 3 times a day. Once again, find your routine. I post first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. I actually have an alarm on my phone. The lady says, create social media posts. I post at lunch because at lunchtime, once again, as soon as at lunch, they're not eating the whole time they do when they're on their phone, right? And then once again, I want to say I post around 5 o'clock when people are going home, eating the time they probably they get dinner, so once again, they're on their phone. People are on their phone a lot. That's the one thing we all can agree on, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make it so that once again, they're on their phones, they find you.
Screen time, crazy.
It really is crazy. I don't even want to tell you. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Screen time, crazy.
But keep that in mind. So just find your routine. Like I said,
17 hours.
no, I ain't 17 hours. Well, create your routine. The frequency is the key, right? You want to make it so that once again that when someone thinks about real estate, they think about you and your circle, right? You don't want to be no one's here to be famous except me. I want to be famous, right? But you don't want to be famous. You want to make it so that in your circle, people know Deborah is the person to go to, Jane's the person to go to, Stephanie, Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Michelle. That's what I meant. But you get what I mean, right? And then create some goes to them all. Create your identity. You create your narrative, right? Create your narrative. You're a mom, wife, husband, child of God, whatever it may be. That's your identity. Lean into that. And it's byproduct that you sell real estate. Or not byproduct, but extension of you is that you sell real estate. Make yourself different for everyone else, right? Find your niche. I like funny stuff. Almost cursed there, I'm sorry. But I like funny stuff. Like I think that I like creating funny stuff and I like watching funny stuff. So that's my niche. Or, you know what I'm saying, I like to uplift our people. That's my niche also. But find out what it is for you. Maybe, once again, I love Chelsea's, she, she's a preacher. So she wants to talk about God, but she wants to sell you real estate at the same time. But find your niche in that, right? Create your routine, I talked about that. Know your audience. Once again, everyone here, demographic is different, right? But know what it is and appeal to that, right? Be creative. Whether it be videos, whether it be audio, whatever it may be creative with it. Make it your own. Like I told you guys before, I will find someone tonight that you really like, that you find, that captivates your attention every time on social media, find what they're doing, and make your own. Like I said, I will see these comedians and their videos would be hilarious. And it's only 30 seconds. So I'm like, how can I create content that's about real estate and funny at the same time? That's where, if you gotta look it up, you gotta look it on Instagram. I call the whole series called Notyouravgagent. Agent. It's just literally me jumping out of a weird place, somebody trying to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm coming out of trash cans, I'm coming behind trees. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm interrupting dinners. One video, my boy, he was asleep, and the video, he wakes up and he's thinking about his wife and his kid, and then he thinks about me, and then he wakes up and his wife like, well, why? She's like, what's wrong, babe? He's like, oh, and then when he looks over, he sees me, right? And then when he looks back again, I'm not there anymore, right? In all 30 seconds, but it's funny. And at the end, in every single video, at the end, I said, if you're looking to buy a house, give me a call at 216 You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna love with Karen, and I know Tony Science, you're right there.
Okay.
I can get you in there.
Oh, don't play with me, James. We'll talk afterwards. But that's what I mean, being creative. And then the last thing is engage, guys. Your tribe, your audience, engage with them. Let them know that you're human. Let them know that you find what they're doing is great. They find yourself to be great, hey, let them know also. And like I told you, if someone follows you, like I said, mine automatic. You follow me, I'm gonna hit you with a message saying, hey, listen, my name's Brandon Gates. I like to introduce myself. My name is Brandon Gates. I said real estate. If you're looking for, if you know anybody, or if you yourself are looking to buy a home or whatever it may be, give me a call at 216 and you can follow me. Bye. That's it. They'll heart it. They'll like it. They might leave you on red, but once again, they've seen it, and that's all you want. That's all you want them to know, that they know who you are now, right? But the engagement is very important. So like other people's stuff, heart some stuff. Tell them, hey, that was funny, or that's great. You have a great family, whatever it may be. People, the sad part about it, our brains are wired for people like our stuff to be acknowledged, right? So let's appeal to that, right? And that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, these are the 5 apps I use, and they're all free. They make my life so much easier. That's pretty much it.
So you're gonna come back and do another session on
Analytics and all that.
Yes, and that's a whole other session in itself.
Well, I'm
Because
gonna make an appointment, so you
yes, ma'am.
Good
Yes.
job, Brandon.
I did something well. This is it. This is all I got.
That was really
So if you stop this, I got something to say.
No, go ahead. No,
I don't want it on there.
Huh?
I don't want it on there.
You want to? Okay, I got you.